All right, so I'm going to show you how to start the system up from the bottom to the top. So I usually start with the console. You got this little button back here that you flip. And I'll take a little bit of time. And then once the console is up, I go to this auditorium show. You see the password here. Okay. Easiest thing to do for me to make sure that I'm on the right thing is just to go back to shows. And hit yes for overwrite. And that will load my gain stage and all of the settings that I like for anything from reverb, delay, vocal, EQ, anything like that. So once that is up, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so now we've got the console up, I'm going to start up the left SoundGrid computer. And so the difference is going to be, I typically load my own file, but I'll show you how to get to the file that we normally need to load. And then we'll start with the left server here. And this monitor will turn on its own. Okay, so it looks like this is how we started back automatically. I would recommend to not use my file, but to go into SoundGrid here, Super Rack. Again, it will load a default, usually the last used show. Again, mine is probably not going to be the best one because it'll mess up your patching. But if you go up here, open session, no. You go to Eastland start file. And that's the very first one we want to get started on. And then go to session so that you don't overwrite anything and hit OK. So natively, this doesn't have any plugins on it, and that's a good thing because nothing is patched, and it allows you to start from scratch once you understand how to do so. So then you go into patch here. So the 3917 is what you want to pay attention to. So once that gets online, which is this right one here, once that is online and green, you should be ready to go. So on the I/O right here, you're going to want to go to the Waves card, not the Axis one. So that is ultimately why it was not communicating. And this should be able to pick it right up once you're ready to go. Okay, so the SCEST D3917 is not loading right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this Dell on here to see if that fixes it. Because once that loads, we'll have another instance of SoundGrid. And this one, you don't have to insert anything, patch, or anything like that because it is there just for tracks. It is there to pick up what we're throwing from the console and from the left computer. One thing that happened as soon as I turned this on is this 3917 said it's on. Great, so it's working, it's green. So one thing you want to make sure is that you've got a one-to-one patch. So I deselect from here and I make sure it's selected here. The Waves card up here, 3917 down here. And that just ensures that all your channels are set up the right way and that you're getting a proper signal over to here. So when you go over to SoundGrid on here, this is exactly what you should see. Nothing. If you want me to be honest, I don't know how that was going to end. Might have gotten cut off because the band was starting, or because I ran out of time or ran out of space on my iPhone. I have no idea. But essentially what I want to let you know is that once SoundGrid is set up on both computers, you can go ahead and open Tracks or Reaper or whatever your mix engine is and record. Everything is ready to go, but still wondering where that video went. Till next time.